Hello, my name is Joshua Mugabi. I welcome you to Biology Lights. And in this session, we are going to talk about excretion. Name 4 substances that have to be excreted from the body. Carbon dioxide, urea, uric acid, spent hormones, excess water, and salts have to be excreted from the body. Name 3 organs which have an excretory function. The kidney, the lungs, and the liver have an excretory function. Blood is taken to the kidney in the artery, which divides up into many arterioles. The arterioles enter the dash of the kidney and supply thousands of glomeruli. In each glomerulus dash forces plasma minus its dash out of the capillaries. It collects in the dash. This liquid passes down the dash where dash and dash are reabsorbed into the blood. The remaining liquid, called dash, passes down the dash and collects in the dash before being expelled from the body. Fill in the missing words. Blood is taken to the kidney in the renal artery, which divides up into many arterioles. The arterioles enter the cortex of the kidney and supply thousands of glomeruli. In each glomerulus, blood pressure forces plasma minus its proteins out of the capillaries, and it collects in the Bowman's capsule. This liquid passes down the renal tubule where glucose, salts, and water are reabsorbed into the blood. The remaining liquid, called urine, passes down the ureter and collects in the bladder before being expelled from the body. In hot weather, the urine becomes, Part A, more concentrated and lighter in color. Part B, more concentrated and dark in color. Part C, more concentrated and lighter in color. Part D, less concentrated and dark in color. It's B. In hot weather, urine becomes more concentrated and dark in color. Which of the following substances would you not normally expect to find in a sample of urine? A. Uric acid. B. Ammonia. C. Glucose. D. Sodium chloride. E. Urea. It is C. You would not normally expect to find glucose in urine sample. Blood in the renal vein differs from that in the renal artery by having: Part A, less oxygen, more carbon dioxide, and less urea. Part B, more oxygen, more carbon dioxide, and urea. Part C, less oxygen, less carbon dioxide, and less urea. Part D, oxygen, more carbon dioxide, and more urea. It's Part A. Blood in the renal vein will have less oxygen and more carbon dioxide as a result of kidneys respiration, and less urea than blood in the renal artery. In what ways is water lost from the body? Water is lost from the body by evaporation, and that is through the lungs and the skin, urination, and defecation. Feces always contain water. If the concentration of solutes in blood rises above certain level, then Part A, more water is reabsorbed in the kidney tubules. Part B, less water is reabsorbed in the kidney tubules. Part C, more salt is reabsorbed in the kidney tubules. Part D, less glucose is reabsorbed in the kidney tubules. It's A. If the concentration of solutes in the blood rises, more water is reabsorbed in the kidney tubules. This helps to reduce the concentration of the blood. In a dialysis machine, which one of the following combination of substances is allowed to escape from the patient's blood into the bathing solution? Part A, salts, water, and glucose. Part B, salts, urea, and glucose. Part C, water, urea, and uric acids. Part D, water, uric acid, and glucose. It is C, water, urea, and uric acid can pass through the dialysis tubing into the bathing solution. You could argue that if the patient's blood contained excessive salts or glucose, these two would escape. State 2 procedures which are used to reduce the chances of a kidney graft being rejected. Drugs are used to suppress the patient's immune response to foreign tissue. The donor is as closely related as possible to the patient, or the tissue types are very similar. Make a table to show 3 organs which have a homeostatic function, and in each case indicate 2 of the substances whose concentration they control. The organs and substances they regulate. The first one is the lungs. This one regulates oxygen and carbon dioxide. The second is the liver. This regulates glucose and amino acids. The third one is the kidneys. These ones regulate urea, uric acid, water, and salts. Hello friends, thank you very much for attending to Biology Lights. I encourage you to subscribe.